and that's like the maximum case scenario. What do you do in this game? Okay, so I'll do kind of like one sort of warm-up game, talking about how to play, showing off a little bit, you know, the mechanics, and then I'll like jump into friends. Ganked currently is playing. Yeah, and I'll play with like Ganked afterwards. You said it has some elements of TFT, so yeah, it's actually kind of interesting. Because when you look at it, when you're watching it, it looks like a straight up battle royale. But in terms of completing items and trying to like create builds and knowing exactly when to deviate from certain points, like it's kind of the crafting system that gives it that feeling, right? It's like there's different materials. You need to be constantly looking for ways to like recombine things, and if it's not working out for you, you need to know exactly like how to pivot and how fast to pivot out from that point. And it's got a very, very similar feeling, just because you're not like looting equipment. It's all just like combo items that you're creating and trying to hit other combos of other things, right? So it's not as explicit of a connection, but trust me, you'll get that vibe by playing it. At the very least, if you like, so obviously in both games you can kind of, there's this sort of dichotomy where you can play either draft or constructed in a way, because if you want to, you can kind of play it forcing like one build the entire time, and to a point that'll work if it's a good build and you're good at forcing it. But ideally you should be trying to play it with the framework of, you know, having like a preset path and like a comfort range, but knowing like exactly where you want to be deviating it and stuff like that. And obviously, you know, stuff like team fights play out in MOBA style. So this is like the kind of like initial of the game. There's also like, I could have interrupted that craft.
I'm basically 1/8 gay. Spread out.
Oh, Jesus.
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
Take this. Come on.
The survivor has been eliminated.
Okay. Oh, fuck off. What a bully. But yeah, obviously, I mean, this is solos. I think, like, I mean, depending on who you ask, some people like solos, some people like playing with teams. It's pretty flexible. I personally enjoy playing with teams more, but I guess, I mean, it can definitely be kind of annoying if they're not really coordinating. And yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just in the mood to play by yourself, I guess. So this idea of, I haven't really explained this game basically at all. But there's this idea of kind of like creating a route. You have like a bunch of items in the game. That's kind of like the entire gimmick. It's all item based, and there's a ton of like crafting recipes. And what you need to do is basically design a route between like areas. You can see here I've loaded in one that goes like temple, beach, uptown. This is of course like a very broad rule of thumb, and you can already see me deviating from this path here. This is ambitious. Wonder what the odds are of me actually completing this. There's two people fighting literally right next to me. Or maybe they were killing that boar. Okay. I don't know how that just happened, but we got it. Cool. Oops. So I'm gonna want leather here. It's pretty important for getting something else in line. And because I have the Tree of Life, I do want to go into the Scotty over the Dropnir here. So let's go into leather, and let's cancel out of Dropnir and go into Scotty. And this is just because we managed to get the Tree of Life, which is a rare material that's pretty contested for, because it only spawns at like specific points at specific times. Okay, so we kind of like changed our path here, and now what that means is suddenly we're going to want to, just because of that, we got away with it, we can now try to loot a little bit more aggressively in hotel. If we get like one ice, we can get our item online pretty fast here. because Scotty is a better version of the less contested drop near. Basically, these are different items. This guy is level 7. But as Zahir, I can kind of just play like super harass roll. No night vision makes this a bit awkward. Let's go ahead and check out his items. He's on 3 epics. I'm close enough to a Scotty that I actually think it's not worth fighting that guy. I should have taken this rock. If I'm like, I'm trolling by going back for this rock here. Okay, nice. And yeah, one awkward thing about this position. Oh, there's a bunch of people on beach right under me. One awkward thing about this position is Lee. No, not this one. Uh-oh. So yeah, right now everyone's solos. Lee doesn't really have an engage there, but we needed to get sticks a while ago for like the crown progression. It was a bit of a, well, pretty big misplay on my part, because it just means we've been weaker for a little while than we needed to be at all. And there's a chance I'm making the wrong decisions by not going glacial shoes here. I've never really loved glacial shoes as much. He just used a pretty important cooldown. Food pinata down. Nice. So we get both loot. Get the body here. Executed that combo fairly well. Not obviously overly, but more. And we've got an SP regen item here. Which is really nice. A lot of people finding up here above the hotel in school. And so we hit exactly what we wanted to off of the Shukai, which is the Scotty. So we're very strong at this point in time. I didn't actually check for, yeah, he doesn't really have food on him. Okay. So I want to see exactly what was happening up here in school. Someone's right above me. It's a level 9 Yuki. Not trying to bush hide. He is a green weapon. What? He's probably crafting his purple weapon right now, and if I can disrupt it, I can definitely mess him up. We have to watch out for his ulti, so just like don't want to get too close to him. Still green. I mean, yeah, he can path through there to run away from me if he wants. Shuriken down. I played that poorly. I kind of like can't fight for a little bit while that's on cooldown now. But I can craft a trap here. Craft 4 traps, which I can try to get a bit of an advantage here. A feather in forest also gives us the white crane fan, which is actually a pretty nice upgrade here. My Q gives vision, so I can like check bushes like that. I don't know where that Yuki went. Yeah, he's down here. He's collecting the tree. Same one. Literally still green weapon.
God also protects this forest.
Wait, he got it? Man, I should have been more aggressive there, I think. I let him get too far away from me now. That's a different Yuki. This one's a lot stronger.
God's word is to share what you have with others.
This way.
Spread out. Come on. Fire away. Fire away.
Take my chances.
Fire away.
Oh man, I missed that.
Spread out.
So my Q gives me vision over him, so I can kind of follow him wherever. But only when I have the eye. I mean, he can't teleport here.
Spread out. Fire away.
That was, so he didn't know how my character worked. I have a stun that, like, he's never going to be able to teleport away there. Is Bucephalus just better? It doesn't work as well with my overall kit, but in solos, I mean, I will need to right-click a decent amount, right?
That served its truth.
Seems fine.
Eliminating survivors.
How do the number of shurikens work? Basically, this like represents your charges on your shurikens, and they refill over time. It doesn't really matter much for 50 charged shurikens, but if you have some kinds of shurikens, some kinds of those weapons have like very few charges, and they're balanced around that, so you need like multiple weapons to hot swap between fights. So I still need a feather from this forest. There's a lead dial in up there. And the last thing I'm going to want right now is a lighter for the straitjacket sneaker. So I can check here. We've got lighters in school is pretty close. So I can try to go to school for it. There's a Lee here. And if I've got bamboo traps, I might have the edge. Did she? I think she's above there. Yeah, she's above there. That's what I thought. So she saw that trap. And if she knows how my character works, she knows that when I miss my cue, I have a pretty big disadvantage. My character is basically very like kiting based. So I lured her into the trap. Oh my god, I missed that. Holy shit. Man. That was fine except for the fact that I literally missed my last cue. I'm trolling. Yeah. And I don't have enough red timer to actually kill her there. That should have been a free kill.
A survivor has been eliminated.
But yeah, overall, setting these traps beforehand in this bush and then kind of like forcing the fight towards the bush ended up being what should have won me the fight there if I hadn't literally just misclicked and through it. She's here. This Yuki might want to go on me. I don't have great defenses. Yeah, and I pressed my... Yeah, I might be dead here. This other bamboo trap is lasting for enough. Oh! Oh, it just timed out! Holy shit! Yeah. I'm definitely not good to fight here. This is pretty bad. I'm kind of like... My cooldowns are off. I don't have my ulti for 10 more seconds. No traps. And there's two just like melee run at you kind of heroes up my asshole. Okay. She didn't play around my ulti enough there. She definitely could have probably gotten out of it fast enough. Okay, so down to 5 left. I found the third first. Nice. So this Yuki, however... Oh, no, 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 not like this! Oh my god, I'm getting gangbanged! Oh, no.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Oh, yes. Mercy. Mercy, Yuki. I need to, like, heal up. I definitely can't try to, like, do anything cheeky there. So, might need to look for, like, food items right now. There might have been more on the dial-in. I did not loot a ton of her food. But right now, I just want to get further away from this Yuki, who I know is a major threat. Go to school for the lighter for my last item, and try to get some food here. There's some chickens right here that can maybe help in that. And lighter does have the ability to get food. So I messed up by not grabbing oil from uptown before coming here, because if I have 2 lighters, I can complete my build and cook this meat. And there's no oil in school. So it's definitely a little bit worse than if I had taken the oil earlier. And I have to imagine straitjacket is better than bucephalus here. So school does have bread, which means we can get hamburgers, which is great. Did neither of these have meat? Oh yeah, neither of those had meat. So there's one person in alley above me. And then there's the Yuki probably below me. Unless that person up there is the one who teleported, since those red pings, of course, indicate people. And you saw one too? Yeah, I saw the lighter. So having this, these surveillance cameras are wards. And of course, at this stage in the game, that's really premium.
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
Down to 3 players left. Kill this dog here. Really need as much meat as possible right now. Lighter's not bad. I just want to farm meat. Like, I just want food. I'll take basically food of any quality here.
Scribe texts on the ground. Fine. There is no easy kill.
Oh, please meat. It's always, oh my god, it's 3 leather. It's never leather when I want it. You never, ever, ever get leather when you want it. It's the saddest thing ever. So the vision from this will linger. She's probably grabbing the vision right now too.
Spread out. I used to scribe text on the ground with chalk.
But without food, I'm not really comfortable trying to play this too aggressively. Never meat. There's Wicklin. I can't really do Wicklin as this character though. So there's still the other person in alley. So we know where people are. There's the Jackie below me and there's the Yuki in the alley above. Oh no, not the Yuki. That's the Chiara. The Yuki was the 4th person left who died. Interesting. That's kind of bad.
Do they think
I don't like playing against Chiara at the late game. I feel like I just die. Also, walking into this bush was kind of just a throw. Oh god. It's an alley finish and the Chiara's already here. And the Jackie's coming up my asshole. This doesn't feel good. And I've got 1 proper food. I could maybe try to punish someone for trolling and going for Wick. If someone's following the Wick, they're gonna just find me.
even in this dark alley?
I need food so badly. I don't really feel safe to just go out and try to grab potatoes though. Chiara's almost impossible to fight late game. Yeah, good Chiaras are so scary in the late game. But like...
Take this.
Okay, so she knows how my character works. She respects my ulti. If she tried to stay there, we probably could have killed her. I honestly did that and just kind of hoped that she wouldn't. But obviously now that's on cooldown, which is really not ideal. So I need to just play this pretty passively. Like, I can beat the Jackie one-on-one if she messes up. The Chiara one-on-one, I think, is going to be really difficult here. I don't know what her items are. I literally haven't seen her since the start of the game, so this hasn't updated. But that's the scary one. And this is where sometimes the game gets a little passive. Like, you have a lot of incentive in this game compared to any other battle royale to play aggressive. But it does tend to, like, when there's 3 players left in final zone, it suddenly, like, there's usually 2 minutes of, like, people are waiting. Like, I actually can't engage in a fight right now. I literally cannot.
You won't be able to get out of this.
Chara's up there. Jackie's here.
You won't be able to get out of this.
Meat. And she knows if she comes into this bush, I can try to, like, blow her up again. So it's closing in on this, like, final area, this console. I'll grab it right now. Consoles just give, like, ward vision for the area.
I'll borrow your eyes for a bit.
Okay, this Chara's stacked as expected. Charas are kind of always stacked late game.
Sorry to be the one that must end your life.
I mean, if they committally engage on each other, they know I have, like, a big AoE nuke that blows them up. But I'm kind of like a sort of squishy-ish caster type character. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh man, I messed up. I needed to kill the Chiara at the same time. Okay, easy. And yeah, that's the game. It's like, I didn't really